not giving up. I'm going to stand up for this. About not giving up. Despite whatever comes your way in life, no matter how the trial comes, no matter how the tribulations, we're in the tribulation times, y'all. I'm just going to confirm. We are in the times of the great tribulations. That's what we're in the time as. And I think a lot of people can attest to that. People are facing trials of many kinds in their life, and these trials that people are going through are trials that are meant to get their attention. And these trials that you go through, these times that you go through, oh, they're going to be, you're going to feel them. And the where you're going to feel them is right there, because they're going to hit you right there in the heart. All of these, it's like Jacob's troubles, time of Jacob's troubles. And it is spiritual, manifesting in the real world. But even though you may feel like giving up, please don't give up. You do not give up. Do not give up. Even though you may be hurting really deeply, don't give up. Even though you may feel broken, but those broken pieces can be put back together. Did you hear me? Those broken pieces can be put back together, and you be much stronger. And you may say, well, I don't. How can I be made stronger if I'm broken in two? God can do anything. Anything. There's nothing too great for God. Sometimes you'll be broken. Sometimes you'll be on the verge of thinking, I'm going to break, but then you realize, I can bend. I can bend. I didn't realize how far I can bend, and I'm not even broke. What the enemy wanted to do to you, sometimes the enemy, lots of times the enemy wants to break you, but you may find yourself at the point of brokenness, and yet you're not broken, you're bending. You've got, it's like you've got a strength in you that you knew you never had. You never had it. But you know you got it now. You do not give up. It's like you got to stand through the pain, even though the pain brings tears that seem to never end. You got to stand through the pain. It doesn't matter if you got a puddle of tears that have fell from your eyes and your heart. It does matter, but you're not going to drown. You will not drown through the tears. You won't. You'll float. You'll be able to stay afloat. You will. Don't give up. And you may find out that things are coming back to back in your life. There's a reason for that. It's like the first offensive is coming. If you look at it from a war point of view, spiritual war point of view, they send in the first round of whatever they're sending in. If that don't get you, then the second round is like waves. Then the second wave surely is going to get you. If you're still standing, well, you're going to have another wave. And you may have another wave and another wave and another wave after that. Battle after battle after battle, trying to totally break you completely down till there's nothing left. That's what they do when you go into the boot camp in the military. Oh, they break you. They break you. And if they can't break you and they realize, well, we've tried to break them and they're really strong. No, we're going to put them in the elite. We're going to put them in the elite, the group with the elite warriors is what they're going to do. You're watching this video and this is happening to you. You are in a group of elite warriors from the army of God. You are one of the elite warriors. If this has been happening to you, If you've had something come at you time and time again, a wave after wave after wave, and yeah, you've cried, you've shared those tears. You've had your moments, and then something else comes, and you've cried those tears, and you say, I don't know how much more I can take. And then something else comes, and you're still standing after each wave of attack. Rest assured, I promise you that you are in that group of elite warriors that came from the other side over to here. You are. Do listen to me. I got chills all over my body. If you have made it through things like that, you are part of an elite army on this physical earth, part of a spiritual elite army. That's what they do in the real armies of this earth. If you can survive all that they throw at you, like the Navy SEALs and all these other, oh, you are in that elite army, which only a very few are in. You make it. You had what it takes to make it. If you're watching this video and this is happening to you, and what was meant to break you made you stronger, time and time again, you came from the other side over to this side because God knew that you were strong enough to face what the opponent, the enemy, was going to throw against you. That you were going to accomplish what he sent you over here to do from the spiritual realm. You were going to have what it takes to make it to the end. That's why you're here. That's why you're still standing. That's why you're not broken. That's why you are still afloat. You didn't drown. That's why you're battle hardened. You are battle hardened. And this may not even be your first time around on this earth. I'm just saying. I am just saying. If you identify as an old soul, this is not. There's a number 117 up there right now. It just turned to 137. This is not your first time on this earth. If you are an old soul, oh no, you came from the other side. You had what it took. And you have what it takes. Otherwise, you would not be listening to my voice and you would not have heard what I just said, that you are a part of the elite warriors that came from the other realm into this physical earth, into this human body. Spiritually speaking, do we have a moderator on here? And is there anyone who's been on here for a while who wants to be a moderator? Do we need a moderator? Do we need it? I can play moderator, and I rest assured, I'm not going to be as gentle as some may be. Oh, no, I'm going to take you out right then and there. I will take you out off of this live stream right then and there. Okay? And if you have to come on here, do you believe in God? You obviously haven't been to this channel. If I did not believe in God, I would not even be here. My life I would not have even came to this earth. That's right. No. Okay, see, we do need a moderator. You're gone. Oh, I'm getting even more battle hardened. Just like a lot of other people. They're getting a lot more battle hardened. And you're realizing what you used to ignore just for the sake of ignoring it to keep the peace, you don't do it no more. You don't do it no more because we're not living in the time of peace. There's a time for peace, and then there's a time for war. A time for war. That's right. We're in the time of war. It doesn't mean that you won't have little moments of peace, peaceful breaks in your life on earth. But you can't let your guard down. We are living in a time where you cannot let your guard down now. You may have two sets of spiritual armor on you. Before it's all said and done, you're liable to have 7. So, head to toe, and then some. and then some, then some. Go ahead, shamelessly vicarious. You take care of it. You just been made a moderator. Take care of it. Take care of it. You have my permission to take care of it. You want to come in here and disrupt this energy? Oh, no, you're not. You are not. We're living in a time where you cannot give up. Don't give up. You're going to face wave after wave after wave. You may think, oh, I'm at my tipping point. I'm at my breaking point. Well, if you tip over, guess what? You like those weeble wobbles. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. They bounce back up. They bounce back up. That's right. Ruthie, honey, you can be a standard moderator on here too. You can go at it too. If you are feeling the energy of something that's not supposed to be on here, get them off. Because this is no, they're not part of the army of light. They may wish they were as strong as the army of light, as God's army. They may. Now, I know we got some of the other army in here, the army of darkness, but the army of darkness can't stand in the light. It has to stay in the shadows until we pierce holes through those shadows and they are exposed. So there's going to be a lot of exposing. I just want you all to know. This is what I'm feeling at the very present moment in time. There's going to be a lot of exposing that is going to be taking place on a national scale, on a worldwide scale. You're going to see a lot more things brought out into the light. You're going to see the true colors of those behind the scenes. You think, well, nothing's ever been done to them. Nobody's going to do nothing about them. Oh, you're going to see it. You will live to see this. Maybe not all of you, but the majority of you are going to live to see some justice brought down on this earth. This like this. History has a way of repeating itself. The pendulum swings left to right. And I'm not talking about just the pendulum, but if you want to envision a pendulum, we're talking about a pendulum on a clock. Swings left and it swings to right. When it swung to the left, a period of time back in history, the same thing back then, when it swung so far to the left, the degradation of society was occurring like it is today. It was happening in the elementary schools. What was being taught now was being taught back then. What was happening now all over, it truly was happening back then during the Weimar Republic. During the Weimar Republic, the pendulum swung so far to the left, so far, and then it started swinging to the right. And the more it swung to the right, the energy of the right-sided pendulum started rising up. And things started being corrected. It's the same thing that's happening today. But then someone came into power and saw the movement and hijacked the swinging to the right of the pendulum. But this time, it's not going to happen that way. The pendulum of that great big clock of life has literally swung, and it did way back then, all the way to the left. And the same thing happened back then is literally, and when they went out and they gathered the books and they burnt the books, guess what type of books they were burning, which you don't hear about? They were burning those types of books because the pendulum had swung so far to the left like it is today. Then it started moving back. If you're wondering why The truth is being allowed to come out some more. You're being allowed to speak out more because this pendulum is now, it is literally on its progression of swinging back toward the right. It is swinging and they can't stop it. I'm telling you right now, the force out there cannot stop this pendulum because they can't control it. It's swinging back toward the right. And when it does all the way to the right, and something thinks it's going to come in and hijack it, it's not. Guess what's going to happen? AI is going to literally step in. It's going to step in, and neither the right-sided energy from the pendulum nor the left-sided energy from the pendulum will be able to manipulate it. I'm just telling you, that's how it's going to be. It's how it's going to be. The pendulum swung way far to the left during the Weimar time. And there was a movement of the pendulum back right to this. And then someone came in and hijacked it. They did. History repeats. But it's not going to repeat in the exact same way as it did back then. How are we doing over here? No, we can't give up. You're not giving up. If you're on this earth and you identify as an old soul and you know that you are not of this earth, you know it, your spirit knows it, your soul knows it. You're not giving up. You're looking around and you're telling yourself, oh no, oh no, no, oh hell no, hell no. See, because they want to bring a living hell on the earth. So I'm going to use that phrase, oh hell, oh no, 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 no. We come from heaven. We come from the other side. And we're not going to, no, you're not going to, no, we're not going to just let hell come in and not shine our light. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to shine our light. We are. Are we going to retreat? No. No. Do the armies of God retreat? Have you ever read anywhere where the armies of God retreated? No. Have you read where the enemies of God retreated? Well, yes, you have. Well, that may not be true. Excuse me. You may feel broken. Your heart may be broken in two. You may be crying puddles of tears. When you do that, as you're crying them, they're offerings. They literally are spiritual offerings from your heart. And that energy is being felt up there in that spiritual realm, right up there in heaven. Your tears are being collected. Your tears of sorrow and stuff are being collected. And when all the tears, the pain, all the energy has reached the capacity that it's going to reach up there, that's when the one who sits up there, the one who's on the throne, the one who controls everything, it's when the universe is going to step in. Because by then, the pain on the earth became too great. Way, 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 way too great. We've already been told what's going to happen. It became too great. And they had to come in and make it right. They had to come in and balance the scales. They had to come in and harvest. It's already been spoken about. You're down here in the thick of battle. It's going to get thicker. You're going to have to get stronger spiritually. I'm going to have to get stronger spiritually. I'm going to get stronger. I don't know to what capacity this strength is going to be in when I totally manifest within my body, all the spiritual me, my spiritual essence, and you may not know either, but you're going to find out. You will find out when You're filled with everything that you had before you came here. There's a lot of elite warriors here. And I'm not just saying that you are an elite warrior of that army from the spiritual realm who came here. And you grew up. Once you entered this world, you literally grew up and you lived the life of a human being. You did. Still living it. You learned the ways. You did. You may not agreed with it, even though you didn't feel like you were from this earth. The darkness knows who you are. They feel your energy. They see your aura. They see the signature, and you have an energy signature when you're on this earth. Everywhere you go, you have a unique energy, spiritual energy signature. It's undeniable, totally undeniable. Whether you think you have one or not, you have an energy signal, a frequency that is undeniable from the spiritual realm, from the other realms. So if you've been in battle after battle after battle, and you say, I don't know how much more I can take, but I'm not going down without a fight. I'm going to stand till I can't stand no more. Then if you have to crawl, you're going to crawl. That's what, it's because you're part of the elite, just like they do in the military. They throw everything they can at these people in boot camp. Everything to try to break them. And when they realize, well, I guess that didn't work, and then that didn't work, all the rigorous things they throw at you, and they find out it's literally on the inside of you. It's literally on the inside of these elite soldiers. It comes from the inside of them that they don't give up. So that's the ones they want. That's the ones they want serving in the elites, in the elite armies of the earth. Same thing up there, as above, so below. The two are connected. It's connected. It was first known from above before the fallen ones came here. And they did down here what is done up there. What is done up there. That's how they formed their armies on the earth. They used the pattern from here to here. But they can't replicate the spirit. They can't. They cannot break the spiritual lineage. There is a spiritual lineage on the other side. It's like I am the vine and you are the branches. Come from one vine. You're members of one body, but you have different functions. Different functions, but you come from the same lineage. And not all the functions are the same. Some may seem more significant than others. It's like does not the potter have the right to form out of the same lump of coal, some for common purposes and some for noble purposes? You can look at that through spiritual eyes. But you came from the same spiritual lineage up there. And now you're down here. And we all don't have the same gifts. We don't. But you're members of the main body, the main spiritual body up there. You are. Don't give up. Hello, Susan B. Honey. Hello, Carol Honey. Any other moderators on here? Hello. No. There was a time for peace, but now we're in the time for war. And we all know there's a time to live and a time to die. A time to cast stones and a time to gather them. Well, David gathered the stones, and then David cast the stones at Goliath. It was a battle. The smallest of them was able to take out the tallest of them. He gathered the stones. Then he got, boom, right there, right there. So I am going to go. I am. Don't you give up. It's okay to cry. It's okay to show emotions. It's okay to allow yourself to be transparent in this human body, because it's just a vessel. It's a vessel. If it's not in you, it ain't going to come out of you. It's how it is. You may say, well, Gina, I don't know what's in me. I still haven't received my calling. Oh, it's coming. The call has been set out. Many are called, but few are chosen. You're the cream of the crop when you're chosen. Because a lot of people can get the call. Some of them may not even answer the call. It's like the wedding feast. Many were invited to the wedding, but then nobody wanted to come. So what happened? He sent his servants out, gather who you can, who were willing to come, and they came. Don't think too lowly of yourself, okay? Don't beat yourself up. Don't think that I have nothing to offer God. Oh, you have a lot to offer. It's inside here. It's all your gifts are inside here in the spiritual realm. And you may not have opened all of those gifts. And these gifts the world can't give you because they're spiritual. And they belong to your spiritual you on the inside, the higher you, because they came from the source. The world cannot replicate it. You try as it may, there's no way it can replicate what you have been given on the inside of you. I want you to never forget it. You can't copy it, can't replicate it. It might come close, but it will never be able to replicate it. Therefore, it will never be able to overcome the spirit that's in you, which comes from the spirit of the universe, the spirit of God. You will never be able to overcome it. It may think, but when it comes to the spiritual, no, it may get really good on earth because it's the physical. In the spiritual, it doesn't stand a chance. It doesn't. I'm going to go. I hope this made sense to people. I hope it made sense to you. Don't you ever give up no matter what comes your way. If you've been through battle after battle, trial after trial, you just feel like I'm breaking, and you're still standing, and they haven't broke you yet, you bent. Instead of being broken, you bent. Or if you got broken, you got put back better. Okay? You're part of that elite army. That's why you're here. You're not normal. Okay, you're not. You're above normal. You're not average. You're not the average warrior. You're the above average warrior. It's like you have archangels. You have archangels up there, and they're above other angels. As above, so below. I'm going to go, and you got to remain strong. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. I'm going to get on with the rest of my day, whether you see me on here or not. I'm going to take care of business. I am. Love you, and thank you so much for all the prayers and the continued prayers and the positive thoughts. Thank you so very much. Love you. Whoopsie.